Communication and progress updates. So far in this course, almost everything we have talked about had to do with planning and setting up your project in the program. But that's only the very beginning of your job as a project manager. The actual work hasn't started yet, but you have to be prepared when the circus actually begins. When it does, your job will be to know what is happening and record it. If a task doesn't get completed, if there's a problem with a resource, these things will all affect the project, so you have to be in the loop about everything and ready to respond. It is important that you map out what information you need to track as the project commences and advances. Who will have the information you need to track? How should that information be delivered to you? How often do you need this information? By creating a communications plan, you can specify ahead of time what information you need, who will deliver it to you, and how often. You can create a communications plan easily enough using Excel. The communications plan should include the person responsible for communicating information to you, the information they will need to share with you, the method they will use to share, such as email, report, or meeting, and the frequency which they will share the information, daily, weekly, bi-weekly, and so on. As we said, it is important that key people or stakeholders within the project communicate progress to you. If a project is off schedule, you need to know. If there is more overtime than allocated, you need to know. All of these things need to be reported to you, then entered into Project 2016. There are several methods you can use to enter and track this data as well. The first of these methods exists under the Task tab in the Schedule group in the Gantt chart view. This is these group of blue buttons here. These blue buttons let you mark the completion of a task by percentage. If you click Mark on Track, Project will record activity for a task automatically to the status date as scheduled in the baseline. You can select Update Tasks from the Mark on Track downward arrow. In the Update Tasks dialog box, you can find and enter information about progress, start-finish dates, and duration. The fields in this dialog box are quite self-explanatory. Click the OK button when you're finished. There are other tools that you can use to enter and track progress in Project 2016, aside from the ones that we've talked about. You can mark all tasks complete up to the specific status date by going to the Project tab, then clicking the Update Project button in the Status group here. When you click the Update Project button, you'll see this dialog box. Click OK to set your values. You can also move a task to reschedule all or part of it. This tool is found under the Task tab in Gantt chart view. Click the downward arrow next to the Move button here. As you can see, you can move the task forward or back. You can click on Custom to move it forward or back by as much time as you need. In addition, you can add a progress line. A progress line is a visual representation of your project's progress. You will see the progress lines appear in the Gantt chart view in the chart area. To add progress lines, go to the Format tab in the Gantt chart view. Then on the grid lines on the left here, click the downward arrow. Then select Progress Lines. You'll now see the Progress Lines dialog box. Progress lines will show the tasks that are ahead or behind schedule by displaying a red vertical line. The line will connect tasks that are in progress. Put a check mark in the Display checkbox. Then decide if you want to display the current project line at project status date or current date. Next, select when you'd like to see the project lines recur, such as daily, weekly, or monthly. In the Select Progress Line section here, select a date for a progress line. While other progress lines will be red, this one will be black. Click OK when you're finished. You can see the progress lines in our project here. Adding project lines to your chart is fairly easy. However, interpreting them can be a challenge if you've never used them before. Take a look at our progress lines here. You can view the settings for the project lines by going to grid lines and then project lines again. You can see that it's been displayed for the current date, as well as for the 25th of the 5th, 2016. You can look at the progress line on the chart to see it for today's date by going to the top where the progress line begins, where the red line starts here. The progress line then goes down the chart. It connects to tasks that are in progress, as well as tasks that should be in progress. If the line peaks to the left, that means that the work for the task is behind schedule. The larger the peak, the further behind schedule. On the other hand, if it peaks to the right, it means the task is ahead of schedule. Peaks are marked by the red circles. Remember, to mark progression of a task manually, double-click on the task in Gantt chart view. You can see here that all of our tasks are behind schedule. When we mark a task completed, you can see how the progress line will change. To mark it as completed, we'll click on this 100% complete button here. You can then see how the progress bar changed. Project 2016 has several views, as we've already discussed in this course. These views can be used to enter in progress and status updates, as well as view progress on your project. Here is a table that lists the tracking views that you can use to enter and view tracking information. For example, if you want to view the assignment, which is time phased, you use the tracking view task usage and look at the work row.